Okay.
All
Sweet.
right, Casey, what's up? You hear me now?
I got you. I got you loud and clear.
And I got you too. What's going on, man?
Sweet, man. So yeah, things are good. Just chilling. I'm out in Colorado now. I've been out here since like 2021. Oh shit, sorry. I'm sliding here. Hang on. Let's do it this way.
No, all right. Yeah, whichever way you want.
Well, it was just sliding off the table, so why is it not adjusting? Not adjusting. Adjust.
Adjust away, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I moved out here 2021. It was time. I wanted to go a lot earlier than that. I wanted to go right as I was leaving Via. But I ended up meeting like this girl that I liked and thought it might be a thing, and so I stayed out there and tried to make it work for a couple of years, and then it didn't. And then I moved home during COVID with my parents, and then COVID happened, and you couldn't move.
Classic.
I mean, you couldn't move though. Like I literally went back um like before it hit. I went back in January because that was when me and the girl broke up. And then I was actually planning on going to Colorado like in 2020, and then you just couldn't, you know. It just wasn't a thing. Um
So
yeah.
wait, I you go back to when we were hanging out. You were living in Worcester for a while, and then you moved to Denver.
Yeah, so I had a place right on Lancaster Street down by the Boynton. That's where I was living when I was last working at Via, when we were hanging out. Like, I loved that spot. It was great. Like, it was like I wanna say that I had you over there at one point in time because I know I had everybody over there. I think it might have been like 420. Everybody came by and was, like, just rolling blunts. It was a crazy night. I'm trying to remember. Or, you might have come over for breakfast before one of the Super Bowl Sundays. I
Yeah,
don't know. Trying to remember if you ever came to my spot. Do you remember coming to my spot?
absolutely. Yep.
Alright. Yeah, alright. So, yeah, so then I ended up moving in with this girl, and I got into banking because it was like she was working 9 to 5, and but I had saved up a bunch of money working at Via, and I was like, "Alright, I'm gonna go head west." I've been thinking about heading west since I moved back here because I had moved back, right before I started at Via from Florida. I was living in Florida for 3 years before that. But, I mean, I only went down there because my dad lives down there. I really, I didn't love living in Florida, you know? It was built for old people, you know?
So you grew up in Worcester though, or Massachusetts?
Yeah. Yeah. I was in Oxford. I
And then
remember I remember I remember I used to work down at the Broadway. Remember the Broadway? You used to
still
work
around.
right. Is it still there? Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Of course it is. That shit ain't ever going anywhere, is it? Damn, that's awesome.
Everything else has moved away, but that place is still there.
That's so fu That's awesome. It's a cool
So
spot.
what how did you get involved in banking? I know obviously we worked together at the restaurant. Did you
Yeah.
transition out of the restaurant right into the banking because of a girlfriend?
Well, so actually what I did was I went and sold life insurance for like 6 months first, but I friggin' hated it. And, my mom had, a friend that was in banking. I had sold mortgages years ago before I even moved to Florida, like, when I was fresh out of college in 2006, 2007. And then that friggin' the housing market collapsing, just that job wasn't there anymore. Yeah, dude, I've been through some shit.
So, I'm guessing you graduated high school and then you got involved in selling mortgages, or was there something before that?
College. Yeah, dude, I went to Clark.
College.
Yeah, I went to Clark.
You liberal
Uh,
smarty. I knew there was like undertone to you.
you know, I try to keep the brain active, you know?
Wait, you didn't go to Quincy for a year and then just drop out? I'm throwing shade, I'm just playing around. That's what I did.
I'm like, I know plenty of people that did that. Yeah, hell yeah, you know? Whatever,
Um,
man. I'm glad to see that you're doing media stuff these days. I know you were always talking about doing media stuff.
yeah, it's super fun, dude. It's my hobby. It keeps me grounded. I love doing it, and ever since I started the podcast, I've been getting to connect with people I lost touch with. I've been hanging out with people, getting invited to parties. So it was good for me to like get back out into the world because I used to be super social. Would go to coffee shops, talk creativity, just like you were in Hollywood Street Movies, so that was my second
Oh, man,
media
I love
project
that.
ever.
Dude, that was so much fun. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. Like, I always imagined that you'd be doing this sort of thing, and I love the concept of the idea. It reminds me a little bit. I've had some ideas for like almost like social experiments that kind of run along this line. So I was like, all right, I really like the idea of this podcast to be able to like even just to reconnect, even if you're just doing it for you. I think it's like it's awesome, really. You know?
Yeah, I had so many questions when I reached out to you. I was like, wait, he's living in Denver. I was like, how did that transition happen? I saw you were involved in banking on LinkedIn, and I was like, okay, things have changed with Casey, and I got to catch up. I like what's been going, it's been 10 years probably.
Yeah,
And I
yeah. It
wanted
has.
to ask you, like, what are you doing for hobbies right now? Are you doing anything with skiing? Like, why are you in Denver? Have you watched the Patriots Denver game? And
Oh man, yeah. So all the things, right? So I came out to Denver because I remember like the first time that I went out to California and I was like, I just vibe with like the way the world works on the west part of the United States. Like everything up in the Northeast is just everybody's a day late and a dollar short and everything moves too friggin' fast. And like it's I think it's the fastest paced place in the world that I've ever been to. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I haven't been to like China where there's like a million people jumping on the side of the friggin' rail cars and all that, but like I mean, you're just go, 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 go. What's next? What's next? And I'm like, dude, like, can we just enjoy some things a little bit, you know? But when I went to Florida, it was too slow. Everything is just old and slow, and it just doesn't move, and and it just that wasn't the right pace. And like here in Denver, it's the right pace. People are, they take pride in their work, but when they're not working, they also have a lot of stuff they're doing on the side. I snowboard. I've already gotten 9 days in this year, even though it hasn't been the best of snow. Like I still get out there, been having a friggin' blast with it. Oh man, it's been so great. Um,
did you
I
fly out or did you drive in?
What do you mean? No, I
Did you
live here. Oh, I live here.
But when you moved there, did you drive or fly?
Oh, I drove.
Rad.
I got some funny pictures of like my cat sleeping like on top of the headboard on the passenger side. Like, oh, it's so funny. My
How,
poor cat.
how old is your cat?
I got him in 2014. He's 11. Yeah.
My
Jeff. You
my
remember
cat.
Jeff? My little gray cat running around? Nah, sorry.
No, I think I do. Cause I have a cat too, but just passed away, Raekwon.
I remember
Yeah,
Raekwon.
but she was around like 18 or 19.
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that you lost your cat. Oh man. I
It
can't
was her time.
Yeah.
Buried her in the backyard. We got a little shrine for her.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's too bad though. It still sucks if you've had a buddy for that long that you don't have anymore, you know?
Hey, I don't have to scoop litter no more. I mean, yeah, I miss her obviously, but I'm moving on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's part of life, right? Everything's eventual. I've taken on a lot of that thinking, is that it's funny because you end up having the last conversation with every person that you ever meet at some point. Most of the time, it's the first conversation you have with them, but like, like, and I try not to hold on to it too much because we'll all be part of the same things all over again at some point, without a doubt, even when we're not. That's the way I look at it.
You with
So
your beard, you kinda look like that meathead social media guy from, like, 10 years ago that had all the girls around him all the time.
Christian Bilzerian is who you're thinking of.
Yeah. You are
Yeah,
sexy with that beard, man.
I do my best, man. I do. I'm keep trying to keep it going. You hit 40, and it's like, all right, got to do something here. Actually, the last time I was there, the barber took too much off for my liking. But whatever, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, man. So like, other than like snowboarding is probably my like main winter hobby, like any normal person that's out here. But I also play a lot of disc golf. So like all summer, I'll be getting out, get up to the mountains, throwing frisbees around. Um, yeah, it's a lot of fun when I'm not doing those things. I do a lot of tabletop gaming these days, like high level strategy tabletop games. Uh,
Is that like Catan and, stuff like that?
Yeah, Catan is like the game that most people kind of know of, and that's a very baseline, boring kind of strategy game to me. I like Terraforming Mars is always a good example. It's a very like well known game, but yeah, I play a lot of games, set up a lot of game nights, and I also drink a lot because I'm in restaurants right now. I work at a high end steakhouse in Denver, which sucks, honestly. Um,
Sucks because you've know the
because I don't
industry, or sucks because you just don't like the clientele?
I know it sucks because uh I don't make enough money for what I'm doing. I should be making probably double what I am the way that the tip pooling goes. But that's the story I don't want to get into too much.
That's because 'cause you're outside of Massachusetts.
Maybe I
Yeah,
no
slower
uh,
paced.
I can make more money at a Denny's the way that the tip structure is, which sucks. That's all. But it's all very temporary. So after like 10 years in banking, I decided I don't want to be in banking anymore. Uh, I've I've had enough. I'm not trying to drink the Kool-Aid. The corporate structure of it is such bullshit. I can't fucking take it. Sucks.
Who
Right.
can?
So what I did was over the last 6 months, I also went back to school. I took an HVAC certification class, and I'm working on getting my EPA certification for like transporting refrigerants. And then I'm going to be getting an apprenticeship, and I'm going to look to start my own business because I'm just tired of working for other people, man. Honestly.
Working with your hands is fun. I don't know if you know this about me. I was a apprentice for electrical for 2 years,
Mm,
right around COVID, because I was lost to as what to do also. Like, my brother-in-law is an electrician, so I just went and started being his apprentice and doing marketing for him also.
that's awesome.
Did
Yeah.
oh, did you go to Denver alone or with someone?
No, I came alone. So that was, I mean, that was a big part of it. I wanted to do this for me. I didn't really want to, like, I don't know. I like it's hard to try to, like, I don't want to bring anybody else along or force anybody to do anything that they don't want to. And like, you know,
Spoken like a true serial killer. Nah, I'm just playing.
usually
Only in my movie. Only in my, second film where could you play that character so
can't wait
well.
to kill. I'm going to kill you. Ah,
That was kinda spot on as to what I asked you to do in the thing too.
I'm ready for it, bro. I'm ready. Yeah, put me in. You know I'm ready. Yeah, man. But I like hanging out in divey bars and drinking good beer and finding good food and same
Yeah,
bullshit that people do. I don't know. Not what's how's everything been with you? How's your sister?
she's great.
Are they got to be married by now, right?
Oh, I think they've been married for, like, 10 years at this point.
Yeah, yeah, probably right.
Dude, I haven't worked at Via in over 10 years. We went there for dinner the other night, and I just did the math, and I was like, "Whoa, it's been 10 over 10 years."
Goes by real quick, don't it?
Uh, did you work there when the game designer kid worked there? Someone makes games who worked there a while ago, like strategy games. some kid Kazar or something?
Uh, maybe that sounds
Eh.
familiar.
Well, when you
Well,
started talking about strategy games, I was like, "Oh, I think someone who works there builds games, like, they're trying to make it in that world."
I've had some thoughts about building my own game a couple of different times. I've had some different ideas for that. I love coming up with different types of ideas. Uh, yeah, I've had a couple of different ideas for like maybe social experiments or that sort of thing where like I thought of one thing where if you wanted to, you could do a documentary or something like that on like being homeless by forcing homelessness on yourself. You literally just denounce everything that you have and then you work through whatever public resources you can to then become a like a working model, like a functioning part of society again, and then like just see how difficult it is and talk to a lot of other people and ask them like, hey, how did you get here, and do you even have any hope of you know living a different way, or like why do you live here instead of like Mexico City where it's a lot fucking warmer and nicer like in the wintertime, like things of that nature, where I think it'd be a kind of a cool social commentary on homelessness, you know?
With, the game things, do you have, like, one that you kinda have been thinking about, or is it not the idea is not ready to share yet?
Well, I had an idea for a board game where that was more like physically appealing, one where you have like little, I don't know, like little game pieces that are like a little bow and arrow or like a catapult launcher, or all the guys you could load with like an arrow or something like that where you could shoot it at people and just have it all about like knocking down your opponent's castle with physical things and see if, or on the other side of it, for defense, you can add like weight to the walls. You can add like sandbags to help protect you from, just having your structure knocked over, and things like that, where you can play both attack and defense types of strategies. Um,
Like Napoleon.
well, I mean, almost more like you just got two castles, almost like the Capulets of the Montagues, right? Like where you just like hate each other. Like the Hatfields and the McCoys, you have these two walls, and you're just shooting at the other one, or you're like adding defensive like weight to your walls to prevent the other people from knocking it down. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Uh,
Does that make sense?
it does, because it's reminds me of a very dumb d like a higher level version of, like, Mousetrap. Remember that game in the '90s?
Yeah, that game was something for sure. That game was something for sure. Yeah. Mm.
So why Denver?
Less expensive than California.
Plus, you start driving to California, and when you reach Denver, you're like, "Okay, I don't need to go any further." Like, 30 hours
Yeah,
drive.
I mean, the mountains are crazy. Like I love being up in the mountains up here. It's just so nice. It's so peaceful. It's so majestic. It's like the reason that people want to live near the ocean is because they want like the majesty of the ocean. It's so large and it's hard to like, really imagine all of what's happening because it's a whole nother world, like underneath it. And and the mountains are a lot like that too. Like they have a certain amount of like majesty to them that is just you can't help but feel a little level of inner peace while you're out there and hanging out. Um, so that's what I love about the mountains personally. Um, and Denver is a really nice city. Like I really like people are just friendlier here, and I don't know, I have a good time pretty much everywhere that I go, and there's so much to do outdoors. There's always, go down to Wash Park and play volleyball, or go up to Grand Lake and do some boating, do some hiking, go see all these gorgeous, amazing places, and just it's great. I don't know. It's a great way of life. I mean, I've also kind of made it for myself out here. Like I haven't needed anybody's help. I bought a condo. Like I've got somebody renting the other room, and she's an awesome roommate. Like she's just really chill. And yeah, man, it's been really awesome out here. I'm looking forward to being in the HVAC field here because I mean I literally just graduated like 2 weeks ago. So and my sister is here on vacation this week. It's been a crazy friggin' month. Crazy month. Like classes were crazy. So like I gave up a very nice, easy 9 to 5, make a whatever kind of living. I guess I was comfortable. I wasn't uncomfortable. Paid vacations, all that sort of thing. I gave that shit up and then went started working at this restaurant where I go in from like 3 or 4 until midnight. And then I was taking my HVAC classes from 7 to 9 in the morning, 3 days a week. And I fucked my sleep schedule up. I don't make as much money. My shit is just crazy. I'm all over the place. I'm sleeping like 2, 3 hours at a time for the last 6 months. And then it all comes to a head and I have my final and I'm like, cool. Now all I gotta do is like a 30 or 40 hour EPA certification course. I'm like, I'll take a little bit of time off, it's fine. And then the friggin' Patriots get here in the AFC championship. And I was out at the bar watching the Houston game, and the game gets over, and I immediately turn around and spend $400 on a ticket to the AFC Championship. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the game. I don't fucking care. And then 15 minutes later, my sister calls me and goes, "Hey, we're gonna come out for the championship, but we can't buy tickets because you needed a Colorado address to be able to buy tickets to that game." She's like, "Can you buy us some tickets?" So then I turn around and spend another 2,500 bucks on 4 tickets and sold my one ticket. And then my mom, my stepdad, and my nephew came out to visit last weekend just out of the fucking blue. So it was a crazy fucking weekend. And it was all sub-degree weather the whole time that they were here. So so it was an absolutely insane visit. That was totally unplanned. And now my sister's here on a planned visit. And it's like, it's just been a crazy month. And then right after she goes, I'm going to be changing careers into one that I really have never done before. I'm pretty handy. Like, I mean, I've done like painting and brickwork and building restoration. Like, I've done all that stuff. Like you said, there's a lot of satisfaction with working with your hands. Um, but now I'm doing electrical and refrigerants and, pressurized systems and, like a lot of heat and like things that you can blow yourself up and kill yourself anytime if you just do something stupid, right? So like it's just gonna be a little different. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I just want to get my own shit going, right? Like having your own shit going is the way to go.
Yeah, I was my first client ever was a handyman. So I've always been, connecting with home service businesses. So if you ever want to talk through some stuff, I'm always a phone call away too. Not
Love it,
saying
man.
I have the answers because I don't, but if you need to like vent or like, hey, ask one of your friends a question or something, I definitely can link you up with some people.
Cool, man. So you said you're out in West Brookfield now?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you
Sub
like it out kind of in the boonies there?
We've got the sub-zero temperatures here too for the past 2 weeks. I love it because growing up, my whole thing was like I always wanted my own house. Living in three deckers or Worcester, that was like to me was like the goal of life. Like if you could have your own house, you made it. So like having my own place, we got an acre of land. I set like jungle gyms up for the kids. There's a frog pond with a private road we could ride our bikes on.
Man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's
So you
it's cool.
so you're married, you got kids, all that stuff?
Trace, I got a 6-month old, a 3-year old, and a 5-year old.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. And
That's awesome.
Cassie, my
Yeah?
wife. You know her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do know Cassie.
We met
That's awesome.
at
Yeah.
Via. Actually, our daughter's name is Vienna, and we call her Via.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, man. That's great. And you got a house and a frog pond, and that's living the American dream, man. Living the American dream.
It's pretty sweet, and I got a man cave, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, where you have your hobbies and you make your podcasts and catch up with people. How many people have you caught up with through this?
6, and I've got, like, 27 on deck.
Hell yeah, bro.
So
Hell yeah.
every week, I just send out, like, a mass message to, like, 8 or 10 people. I'm like, "Hey, I wanna film at some point. If you're down, hit me up." And that's kinda how people have been like, "Yeah, I'll do it today, or I'll do it tomorrow," and that's how it's been going.
That's awesome, man. What made you did you just get inspired, or did you just like, just all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I miss talking to XYZ or, whoever. And you're like, you know what? I can make a whole show about that.
I think last year, I wanted to get making some more content because I did, like, a couple live streams, more so because I wanted to learn how to use live stream software, and then a goal of mine was to network more with, people in marketing because I'm a self-taught marketer, so I was like, "All right, I need to go out and network with people. I've got questions. I wanna see what they're doing. I wanna see if what I'm doing is right. I want to absorb their processes and systems and just, like, be around more people who do what I do because 'cause I'm always just alone in it." That's when I said, "Oh, I should do a meaningful piece of content," and that's
Well, that's
20-year
the
timeout. I just wanted to do something where it was, like, consecutive and consistent, and the most fun thing I could think of was, like, trying to find people I couldn't find on Facebook, and then it turned into, "Oh, I could be talking to all people I lost contact with."
sure. Hell yeah. Like I think it's awesome. I like that's one of those things where so I had this other idea for a more of a social experiment kind of thing. And what the idea was to contact everybody on your that's a Facebook friend of yours uh through the most direct means that you can. And then just kind of see where it goes, right? And with the objective of wanting to get together and have a cup of coffee and catch up with every single person that's you're a friend with on Facebook, if possible, right? I mean, obviously there'll
That's
be
wild
things.
idea.
It's a wild idea, right?
That
Like,
could be like 2,200 cups of coffee.
I mean, it could take a few years, but I think what's going to end up happening is that you're going to get, a lot of no responses from people. And I think most of those people, you're like, all right, well, maybe I'm going to take them off of my friend list as friends on Facebook. Or you have people that are just like, no, I don't want to have coffee with you. What are you talking about? And they come off of the list as well. But like, eventually, if you don't connect with people, they're just going to come off because they're not actually like your real friends. But I think you would also then just end up connecting with people that you didn't think that you even would, and you might also make additional friends by them inviting you to hang out with their friends and that sort of thing, right? So like, and the goal of the entire experiment would be to narrow down and have your Facebook friend list be a list of your actual friends that you are in contact with and you want to have as being like, they're a part of your life regularly and that sort of thing, right? Or maybe sometimes it's just people who are like, yeah, no, we hung out once and it's so nice to connect with them every few years, but we don't really talk all that much. But like, have it just be more of what the original intent of Facebook was intended, right? Like, because that's what it's really intended to be, is a place where you and your friends can share a little bit more intimately, as opposed to it turning into all this hype and commercialism and look at my nails that I just got done today and what I'm having for dinner. Like, who the fuck cares, right?
You're
Nobody
nailing it
cares.
on the head, dude, because that is truly what I felt. I was like, if I post something on Facebook, nobody really likes or comments anymore. There's no engagement. And also, I kind of like moving away from that. I like moving back into this. And I don't know how you described it earlier, but like in a space of like being there, being present rather
Yeah,
than like
and
sitting
then
in
sharing your
social
life with
media
the
and
people that want to
sharing.
share it with you. Yeah.
This
with the
kid I
people with
Oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say with the right people that also wanna share their lives with you, like, that's the point of the whole thing. And I think that would make for a really cool, like, not only social experiment, but, like, even, like, a documentary about Facebook, and I think that that would sell very easily if I really wanted to, like, sell it. Here's the thing, I'm not on Facebook, so that's a thing, you
Not a lot,
know?
and that's kinda how it started. I was like, "Wow, a lot of people I remember from my past aren't on Facebook, so how do I even get in contact with them?"
I love that I still have the same number because you just texted me. That shit
Yeah,
was so fun to me, like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
and it
That's
wasn't
so
even like we skipped a beat. You weren't like, "Wait, who is this?" It was just like, "Yeah, I'll link up
"Yeah,
with
I'm
you and do
down,
the
sure."
podcast." There was no,
Yeah.
like, back and forth. It was, like, quick and easy, and that was yesterday. And
Yeah.
we're talking today, so
Yeah, it's awesome, that's great. Because
well,
I love it, like, like, I always appreciate, like, hey, if you're somebody that wants to reach out to me for whatever it is, like, I appreciate you reaching out, and I'm happy to help and do whatever I possibly can, and also, it's just great to catch up and hear about what you got going on, like,
wh
damn, dude. Yeah.
remember that what was that cool bar you took me and Cheryl to in Boston where your friend was making all these unique cocktails that time?
Wait, did we go to
He
the top of the was it the top of the hub? Oh, no. He
it
was
was like
working over on,
a
Port
speakeasy, but those cocktails were like one was like a ensalada mista salad martini. It was meant to be drank before your dinner as a salad course, and it tasted like a salad vinaigrette.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I do. Where were we? We were Dude, my buddy moved around to a couple of different bars at that time too. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember the name of that spot. I remember where
Yeah,
it is,
I
but, like,
remember the
yeah, hell
time
yeah.
we spent there. It was fun.
Hell
D
yeah, bro. Dude, we
and we
had
went to that all-night jazz bar too that's been around forever. I think they play jazz every day of the year.
Jesus, I haven't even thought
It
about that place.
it's by the top of the hub. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I don't remember yeah, I don't remember the name of that spot. Oh, god.
It
I haven't
it
been
don't
out in
matter.
Boston in so yeah, no, it's fine. I was gonna say, I'm like, I haven't been out in Boston in so long, it feels like now. That's something I was just thinking about, like, man, like, I haven't been out and, like, out there, and yeah.
I don't go out. This is my out. I needed to start this because I need to get out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kids take a lot of your life, and I'm happy for that. But I also, it's good to have a hobby outside of that.
absolutely.
Well, I
Yeah,
wanted to, since we were talking about why I was doing the podcast, another reason is someday my kids are going to want to use social media, right? How do I explain to them that we can use it for positivity and good? We can create something and share it with the world and not really fear the judgment from people rather than being like consuming and just using social media as an anxiety, you know, something that's going to bring you anxiety if you're just doom scrolling. It can be like a positive thing, like, all right, you want to use social media? I'm for it. But what are we going to create and share with the world before we make the account? So, like, how do you teach people to use social media for positivity, creativity? And I'm writing like I call it a book, but right now it's just a series of ideas called "Be Yourself Out Loud."
yeah. Oh, and I think that using social media to actually connect with people like you're doing right now is the right way. So I think that this is gonna be I think it's gonna be a really good lesson, for the kids for sure. Like, that's awesome. As opposed to, like you say, just using it as a means to, like, quell whatever craving it is that you're having at the moment, because it's just a distraction from something else that you probably feel like you should be doing or could be doing. You're like, well, I don't want to deal with any of that stuff right now, so I'm just gonna doom scroll for a while. And that's not like the right use of not only social media, but even just the internet in general. Like, there's a lot of really good outlets when it comes to, like, a busy mind, or just even like not wanting to do other things, a procrastinating person. Because I think feel like that's where a lot of it comes from, right? Is I have 18 things to do and I don't know what to do, and let me just check this one thing real quick, and that turns into 3 hours of doom scrolling, right? So I think that that's a normal thing that happens, and like you say, it's almost like anxiety driven. Like that's a good way to put it, because it does feel that way a lot of the time, where it's like, oh, I don't know which of the 15 other projects I should be starting on, so like I'm not going to do any of them, and I'm just going to fuck off. Um, and don't get me wrong, there's a certain
And then
amount of that that's okay. That's what video games do a lot of the time. But like, you shouldn't disengage your mind for too long most of the time, right?
yeah, what happens to a person's soul if they just lose their desire to have a hobby outside of their whatever they're doing through life? And then, does that cause some anxiety or depression? Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm no expert. I don't know. I just know what keeps me going and motivated.
Yeah, for me, it's you gotta keep using your mind, like that's really so the tabletop gaming. So the game that I play the absolute most is a game called Dune Imperium, and it's based on the lore of the Dune series, which with the movies coming out recently, a lot more people have a lot more information about. But the book series is phenomenal. I've read the first six, and I mean, they get a little weird. Book four, book five, like those are weird books.
I'm a huge fan. I
Hell yeah. So if you've ever read the book, saw the movies, the board game is one of the best board games that's available. It's fun, it's engaging, it's high level strategy, crazy shit happens. It's a phenomenal game. And if it's something where if I mean, I know you got a lot to do with 3 kids and your podcast and everything,
I
but
got time.
yeah, you got time? All right. Well, we can get more into that. I use
Shit, I gotta go to work too. Never mind. All right, keep going.
nah, I'm just saying, like, so I connect with friends of mine that are from even older than, friends that I've known like you, like where it's like college level, and we play games online through Tabletop Simulator on Steam. The Tabletop Simulator is it's $20 and you have access to every tabletop game pretty much that was ever made. So like we play a variety of games online with each other. And that's a really fun way to connect with people in a different way um than a lot of like social media and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, I've never
yeah.
done anything like that.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I play with my sister that's here is visiting. We play Wingspan, once every couple of weeks. I play Dune with people that are in California, North Dakota, Florida, like just people that I've connected with over the years. And it's really, really fun. Everybody that I show it to that has any real level of intelligence on how high level strategy games work, they're just like, yeah, this is amazing. I keep wanting to play more and more and more and more. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great like, mental thing to help along with like the physical other activities that and hobbies that I have. So I mean, I'm not sure if you remember, but I used to do rock climbing every week when I was there. So I was rock climbing 3 to 5 times a week. Uh, and that was also one of the reasons that I also wanted to get out of there was the girl that I was with for a little over 2 years, we were climbers together, and it really fucked up my climbing group a lot after we broke up. And so I wasn't really into that as much anymore. And honestly, like I came out to Colorado and did it a little while, but people are so friggin' serious here about it. So it's not the same. There it was a little more social and hanging out. We had a good friend group with it, and it was like my secondary family outside of my via family, outside of my actual family, like, and it was that was my main hobby back then. And then snowboarding, it's funny because I started snowboarding in Massachusetts during COVID. It was so cheap. Um, it was like 40 bucks to go out to Mount Wachusett, and I went 10 times. And then I moved out to Colorado and I learned what real mountains are because you like Mount Wachusett is this little fucking hill. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I came out to here. I went up to my first mountain. I was like, holy fuck, like where the fuck am I? Like it was a little scary. Like I had to take some deep breaths because I was at 11, 12,000 feet. Like if- you got to breathe a couple extra times before you do anything at that level. I mean, even now, like I live at 5,000 feet above sea level, but you know, when I go up to the mountains, I'm going up 3, 4,000 feet in a day. So it's crazy. I've had so many crazy things that have happened. Um, I regard myself as I got married, I got divorced, uh, which is fine. All that's fine. Uh,
Happens.
it
Happens to the best of
happens.
us.
Yeah, you know. Um, I identify as polyamorous now, which I could talk about that for hours as well. That's that's something that not a lot of people are very well educated on the ins and outs of. Um, and that's fine. It'd be nice if more people were a little more open minded to it and understood like the good qualities of it because people just kind of shit on it. Um, and that's okay. I don't.
That's what you can date multiple partners?
Most people have multiple partners, yeah. Um, and
Only
uh,
women or men too?
so usually it's just a wide variety. I only date women.
That was my
Uh,
question.
yeah, no, I only date women, but there is a multiple variety, and everybody's a little gay. So whatever. Um,
I used to dance, bro. Alright, let's keep it
yeah.
moving.
So that's kind of something, that's a little different about me, but not really. I was always super flirty and dating a lot anyways when I was back there. Now I'm just a little more honest about it with everybody that's involved is really what it is. And that's the way I feel about it. Is I'm just happy to be honest with people about it and be like, you can make your own fucking choice. If you don't want to date me anymore, just because you're the third person I'm dating, that's on you. I don't care. Like,
Did you were you the person who was writing a book on dating?
yes, yes. I never published it, but yeah, it was about getting to your second date. I can get
Oh,
anybody.
that's right, that's right.
Yeah.
I
I can get
remember
any
that.
I can get anybody to 2 dates. Anybody. I don't care who you are, you know? It's not that hard. It's about changing your mindset a little bit about it, right? You know, if you go out with the intention of getting 10 no's, it won't happen. Go out and ask out 10 girls. There is no way that all 10 say no. And if that doesn't work, then well, maybe you need a joke or something. Here's a couple jokes. And then go get 10 more no's. And then just go tell them, look, here's my name. I think you're pretty. I want to take you out. That's it. Three things. Bang, bang, boom. And that's it. If you say that to 10 women and they all say no, well, no, I don't know. Maybe we'll take another look, but it just doesn't happen that often, right? Like, I don't know. That's a pretty just straightforward, confident kind of that was any anyways, one of the many principles in the book I was writing about it. Yeah.
If all
Yeah,
else
hell yeah.
fails, grow a curly mustache.
Ooh, yeah. Having a nice beard doesn't hurt anybody. Not at all. Yeah, man. So, cool. What are you doing like for like a day job? You said this is more of a hobby, right?
Yeah, manufacturing marketing, so I'm a solo marketer at a manufacturing company.
Specific manufacturing. I mean,
Yeah,
specific marketing for okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so like you said, trades. That's what you were saying.
And
Hell
then,
yeah.
yeah, outside of my day job, I like to work with home service businesses because, they always have a million requests. Can you help me with this? Can you help automate this? Can you help me with my CRM? Do you do video? Do you do photography, social media, email marketing? A slew of stuff.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sure that your own personal business, especially in marketing, is usually a much better way. I mean, it's good to have a base, but at the same time, you can do a bunch of side gigs and make a little bit of money here and there, helping people out, and then also even just gaining the knowledge about their specific industries and that sort of thing. Like, yeah, that can be that's really cool, man. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I love it, dude. It's almost like we're adults now, huh? It's fucking
No,
weird.
yeah, you could say that, but if you saw me right now in this man cave, you'd be like, I don't think that guy's an adult yet.
I don't know, man. You know, adults are different these days. Yeah, like I said, almost like an adult. You know,
Yeah.
buying places and having families and all that. Oh, I went the other way, by the way, with that. I had a vasectomy a couple of years ago. No kids for me. I'm good. I'm good on kids. I just don't need it in my life. You know?
I know, I'm, like, debating on whether to do that or not.
Yeah. I mean, if you've already got 3 kids, like, yeah, that's a good idea. It doesn't like affect me in any real way. So like, and it actually makes my life easier. I don't have to worry about the chance of me impregnating somebody that I'm only casually dating and that sort of thing, right? And I already know that I don't want to be like an old dad. If I was gonna like get married and have kids, it would have been a long time ago, that sort of thing. Well, I mean, I did get married, but that was not about having a family and kids. That was different, man. That was more for helping somebody out that needed some help, kind of thing.
Well,
Um,
I mean, you're under 50, so, you know what? I know, 2 people who are over 60 who just had babies.
I mean, fuck, dude.
Wild, wild.
That's so wild. That's a totally different life. Like I can't even. Yeah, I don't know why. Why would you do that? Why?
You know what? You're a beautiful human being, and it's cool if you don't wanna have kids, but, if you did have some kids, I think you'd be a great dad.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. My older sister has a couple of kids. Actually, my nephew Turner came out for the game. He's 17 and he loves it out here. They came out to visit last summer. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to trade school. Like, if you want to come out here, you should go to trade school and we can open a business together. And he might do it actually. He seems really on board. He loved being here. And so that'd be really cool, man. I'd kind of get to, play surrogate dad a little bit, but not even really. Like he's almost an adult himself, but I could still show him some cool things and we'll hang out and show him how to do things the right way and the wrong way and live through all of it. Cause that's the main thing is shit. Like you say, like, dude, that house, that house that they were living on that they condemned, that shit was crazy. Like, I can't even believe, dude, when we were making those videos, that whole place was so bad. It was so bad. There was every surface of everything was covered with empty trash. It was it was so that place. I can't even. Oh
Well, to fill all the listeners in, it was a place on Hollywood Street in Worcester,
yeah,
Massachusetts. The house was built in 1888 by architect. I want to say his name is Wortham Barry. A beautiful mansion, 12 bedrooms, uh, all redone. But yeah, people were just kind of partying in it
constantly.
and yeah, condemning, and it was condemned after a while. But it's beautiful. And then we filmed a little short film there called Hollywood Street Movie.
Hollywood Street, baby, let's go. It was fun. We had a blast. That was so much fun. Yeah, yeah. I think about the old crew. I think about all those guys all the time. Actually, it's funny. Of the people at Via, I ended up keeping in touch, and I haven't actually even talked to them that much. But I could call them the same way that I could text them the same way you texted me. Would be uh Brittany, Dave, and Sam. They would have been the ones that I would have been able. Like I could just call them and be like, hey, let's just chill out, let's hang, let's let's reconnect. They'd be like, hell yeah, what are you up to? Absolutely. You know what's funny too is Ashley, your sister. We use her name is like code name, like code slang for cocaine out here. You know, like, "Hey, I'm looking to hang out with
Ash?
I'm looking to hang out with Ashley Marcheski tonight." No, no, full name. Because it is the whitest white girl name you've ever heard in your life. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that white, white. You know what I'm saying? Give me that white, white, baby.
I hope you're not hitting the pow on the mountain and then hitting the pow in the basement.
Nah, bro. We don't hit the pow and then hit the mountains. That's fucking stupid. I mean, we do a little acid from time to time when we're on the mountains, but that's totally different. That's crazy. We have some crazy days up there. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Dude, Colorado people just offer you drugs regularly. It just happens.
Oh yeah, they
It's
were first to legalize marijuana, right?
yeah. Yep. And mushrooms are out here. Mushrooms are legal too. So yeah,
Probably
it's
coming to a state near you, right?
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, cool, man. Well, I'm gonna head back. Like, I want to go catch back up with. I mean, my sister's only in town for a week, but I did want to catch up. I appreciate you reaching out to me. But
Heck
yeah,
yeah, it
man,
was mad fun.
I gotta get back to vacationing with them, and we could even look to do a follow up after they take off. I want to hear more about your project, see how it's going, you know, all that sort of thing. So let's keep in touch. I appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah, thanks for agreeing to do this. Yeah, and let's definitely catch up again.
Hell
Cheers.
yeah, bro. Hey, cheers, cheers to you for sure.
What are you drinking there? An IPA?
No, actually, just it was a cherry time. It was a sour,
Oh, sour.
drinking
Sweet.
sours. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Well, thanks again. Hey, it was good catching up, and I'll hit you up after my sister takes off next week. All right.
Please do.
All right, Rich. Good
All right,
talking to
have a
you.
good night.
All right, later, bro.
Later.